Okay, I'm not a super fan of things that I buy on the internet, but for the application I have here, this unit seemed like it was the most useful, and I had a problem when I got it. I would push enter and enter the menu. There's two parameters, one's for voltage and one's for current, and I would change the current to say like 80 amps, and as soon as I escaped the menu, I would push enter. As soon as I escaped the menu, the current would change to 40 amps, and it would output 40 amps. And if I changed it to 100 amps, it would output 50 amps. It would change to 50 amps when I exited the menu. It was totally maddening. So I kind of crawled through the internet, and I found some guys talking about the same problem on the DIY solar forum. And the guy with the problem had taken his unit apart and found that one of these modules had slipped to the side. The modules have these like little brackets that hold them in place, and there's a PCB here, and there's two connectors here, and you can see how this module is unplugged, and it showed up with these little feet bent here. So I'm thinking that it just sort of got dropped in transit, which is not really like a really special thing. But the only thing that keeps it in there is this one little bar here, and it's pretty easy to bend. So maybe if I push this forward, there we go. So they're both plugged in now, like that. And then there's this little bar. So you can see this little bar is pretty easy to bend. So if the unit gets shocked in this direction, it'll unplug one of the modules, probably the center one. And it won't do the thing. So it was outputting 50 amps, which was great because that's actually my application current, but I wanted to know why it wasn't doing the full current, and I'm really glad I did, because I would have been running one module at 100% all the time, and that would have been not so great. Anyway, I'll put this back together. It was just these little screws here, and they just went in these little spots. You can see where the tabs are bent down. So far, I really like it. It's wildly simple to use. I've got a lot of ideas about how to use something like this. I have a Radian here on this project, but it's not possible to limit the charge current because as soon as it switches to the grid, it shuts off the inverter and starts using the grid to power the loads and do the charging, and so it exceeds the 10 amps maximum that I have on this project. And I tried this charger here. This was from the big battery people, and it seemed like it was really promising. It looked like it was going to draw about 10 amps for me and output a 50 amp output, which was really great, and it came with 175 Anderson. But as soon as the battery bank reached 100% state of charge, this charger shut off, and then the battery bank got drained all the way down to 0, and this thing never turned back on. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm not going to use it for this job. Yeah, so that's the plan. And yeah, so hope that's helpful for anybody with this charger. Thanks.